This news update is brought to you by...
Say hello to Carol. Carol talks for a living, from morning till night. So she relies on Flo's crystal clear home phone service brought to her through Flo's 100% fiber to the home network. It keeps her in the know, and because she bundles her mobile broadband and TV services, she enjoys huge savings, so she can enjoy much more for much less. So visit any Flo retail outlet, call 1-800-804-2994, or visit discoverflow.co to find out more. One-of-a-kind connection. This is how we flow.
It's Tuesday, September the 13th, 2016, and this is your Barbados Today Morning News Update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news at this hour, a leading academic is today lamenting that the poor and vulnerable are being offered up on the sacrificial altar of economic fiscal adjustment. Vice-Chancellor of the University of the West Indies, Sir Hilary Beckles, made the pronouncement as he gave his analysis of data released yesterday in the United Nations Development Programme's Caribbean Human Development Report.
This fiscal trap of which we speak has to do with the fact that these islands inherited a tremendous burden, an enormous mess. And what we have been trying to do in this region for the last 50 years is to clean up this mess. We haven't even reached the stage of considering development. We are still cleaning up the mess that we've inherited. And therefore, when we take the Caribbean space and place it on a historical trajectory, we have to identify where we are in time in respect of other small island nation states. And I am saying that there is something to be said about drawing a circle around the Caribbean and treating it as a unique and special case.
And Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator Maxine McLean, who addressed the same event, said Barbados had become more vulnerable economically because it could no longer qualify for concessionary international aid.
The fact that we have succeeded in pursuing strategies which have fostered a measure of resilience has resulted in our classification, that is Barbados, as a high-income state based solely on our GDP per capita. This in turn has increased our vulnerability since graduation from concessionary financing, and this of course has meant a greater debt burden with its resulting effect on the quality of human development.
The Ministry of Finance is adopting a wait-and-see approach to efforts by 12 customs officers to sue the government over appointments. Minister of Finance Chris Sinkler tells Barbados Today he cannot say what effect such a move would have on plans to transition the Customs and Excise Department under the Barbados Revenue Authority. Sinkler said he would have to wait and see. The dozens of customs officers are given the Public Service Commission until later this week to respond to a number of appointments for which they claim they were not afforded equal opportunity to be interviewed for. Failing that, they will be filing for a High Court injunction to freeze those appointments until the matter is determined by the court. The new chairman of the cabinet-appointed Barbados World Heritage Committee, which has responsibility for the overall management and protection of this country's UNESCO World Heritage Site, is staying clear of the controversy surrounding the proposed Hyatt-centric resort hotel. The 15-story luxury property is due to be built within the heritage site on Bay Street, the city. However, when contacted, Steve Devonish, who recently took over as chairman of the committee following the resignation of Chief Town Planner Mark Cummins, refused to be drawn into any public discussion on either Cummins' decision to call it quits without any public explanation being given or the contentious project itself. In sports now, Josh Butler has insisted Ian Morgan remains very much the captain of England's ODI team and confirmed that he will happily hand back the leadership after the tour of Bangladesh. Butler was appointed captain of the England ODI side for the tour after Morgan, England's official captain in the format for the last 18 months, pulled out, citing fears over the security of the team following a terrorist attack in Dhaka. Alex Haley's, the opening batsman, also pulled out of the tour, and Butler said he too had thought about it.
No, I think I'm denied over the decision for a while. You know, we were playing cricket at the same time as everything was going on. So, no, I think everyone has not taken this decision lightly. It's you know, there are things in the world bigger than cricket, and I think for a cricketer, it's something you probably never experienced or a decision you've had to make, especially for a lot of the younger guys in the team. But as colleagues and friends of everyone in the side, completely respect their decision. We're a tight-knit bunch of guys, and we'll remain that way.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
We're back with news now from the region. There's a new development regarding the talks between the Trinidad government and the opposition on a bill to give effect to a U.S. law to share information on U.S. taxpayers in that country. The government and the opposition have made progress in one aspect of the matter, but this now puts the deadline to give effect to the law in jeopardy, and the U.S. ambassador is expressing concerns about the delay.
As the rains descended upon the capital city, the outlook seems gloomy for the Parliament to pass the bill required to give effect to U.S. law in Trinidad and Tobago by September 30th to avoid U.S. banks withholding 30% of all U.S. income flowing into Trinidad and Tobago. In fact, the government is now seeking a deadline extension. The U.S. ambassador gave his initial reaction to TV6 News.
And I will be very brief here, is that this is something that was agreed upon, I guess, with the last government. I was not here. I think it was here for a couple years, and it was agreed upon with this government. So I'm having a hard time understanding why there is a problem.
And on the international scene, Hillary Clinton has said in a telephone interview that she is feeling much better a day after being taken ill at a 9/11 commemoration. She also told CNN she had not disclosed a recent pneumonia diagnosis because, as we quote, "I just didn't think it was going to be a big deal," unquote. The U.S. presidential candidate said she had ignored a doctor's wise advice to rest for 5 days. That's news and the sports, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, our screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 99 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.